treadmill and only eating salad. Sound so smart, like you graduated college. Like you went to Yale, but you probably went to Howard knowing you. Weekend in Miami trying to study by the pool. Couple things do, but you always get it done. Might have been a time where I loved her too, but you take that.
Hey guys, a long time no see, I know. But I'm making up for it because today's video is going to be really special. It's about how I got into Spelman College. So if you're interested in school, or even that particular school for that matter, any school, this is the video for you. I'm going to give you tips about, basically how I got in and what you could do. This video is not one, but two. I'm actually collabing with my friend Jaisha. Her video is actually part one. This is part two. So go ahead if you want. I'm going to link it below in the description box. And if you want, you can go and watch hers first and then watch mine. It doesn't matter. But either way, this video is going to help. I applied for Spelman, right? And when it came to early decision, figuring out if early decision knows whether they got in or not, y'all, I got rolled over. They deferred me. They deferred my application, and I was just so I felt defeated. I looked at it as, and everyone around me was just kind of don't look at it as, they decline you, because they could have just declined me, they could have just rejected me, but they deferred me, and so it was hard for me, and so it was I felt very kind of defeated, but then I had to remember that they didn't reject me, they just needed more, and that's what they tell you. Major key, right? Networking. That is a major key. When it comes to anything that you want to succeed in, networking, sometimes it really is about who you know, not what you know. But when I say networking, I don't necessarily mean about, meet all of these people who can do something for you. If you can do that, that's great. But if you can't, what kind of falls in that category is just kind of staying in touch as well. Personally, the counselor that I have, my Spelman counselor, I have been talking to her since last year. So it's been a year. It's definitely been a year. We've been talking back and forth. I email her, whatever questions I have, I email her. But she is so awesome. I already love her, and I haven't even met her in person yet. I don't even know what she looks like, but she is so awesome. One thing I love about Spelman is that they're very personable. They're very personable. That's the experience that I've gotten. I owe that to her too. They're very personable. I can email her, literally, I can email her the one night, and she will reply the next day. The next day. It's that. She is on it. And so, definitely stay in touch, because then it's if you could stay in touch with them, your counselor or admissions or anyone, and they know your name, and, they get familiar with you. And when they get familiar with you, it's that might help you with your acceptance. They're familiar, so it's they know you already, and they know what you're about, and they know that if you're persistent, you're determined, and so they know that, and that's another thing that Spelman looks at, if you're determined and if you're willing to go get it. Essays are obviously a huge portion of the application, and basically, if writing isn't your bug, if that's not something that you want to do, or even if you're stuck, what a lot of colleges may ask you, and what they basically want to know, is the type of person that you are. What can you bring to their school? And they want to know what you have overcame in your life, and just the type of person that you are. What a lot of colleges want to know is the type of person you are, obviously, but a lot of colleges want to know what have you overcame, and what can you bring. And sometimes it's hard because essays, it's about bragging about yourself. Basically that's what you're doing in those type of essays, And it's hard sometimes for some people, like, it's hard to brag about yourself, like, especially if you don't always do it, you know, to just all of a sudden kind of brag about yourself is like, but you have to really look, because I don't believe that everyone, you may be thinking, oh, well, I haven't, done anything to overcome anything, but you have to really look at it. No one's life is perfect. So, really look at the things that you have overcame, and you have to give yourself credit. It's within yourself. And that's what will help you with that essay. You have to realize what you have overcame that perhaps other people may not, and you have to hype yourself up. You have to. You have to let these schools know why they need you. It's just kind of like a job application. You have to let them know why they need you. And that's what will help you with your essay, just kind of getting, into it. So, along with networking, not only staying in touch, um, definitely, if Spelman, if you decide that this is where you want to go, like, this is your dream school, definitely, look into things that you can do. I mean, I heard that in every state, if not all, majority, there's some alumni in every state, right? So, look it up. Look up the alumni. Look up people who, may be willing to help you, and may be willing to give you advice, and may be willing to even mentor you with this whole process. I know that they have certain events in different states as well. So, definitely look into that. Like, take it for granted. Like, take advantage of it, not for granted. Take advantage of the fact that Spelman does have so much alumni, like, across the country. Take it for advantage. And, yeah, like, it's okay to get, like, mentored, get help, and ask questions. That's what you need to do. Get your name in there. So let me go ahead and talk about honors classes. Taking honors classes or AP. I'm not sure. I know that different schools have different, like, levels. There may be something higher than AP. I'm not really sure. But if you want to take honors or AP classes, definitely go for it, like, by any means. But I know sometimes people can get pressured into, taking them, and, there's this huge misconception that, okay, a D in an honors class isn't as bad as a D in a regular class. While that does have, it has some truth to it, it's still a D. Like, it's still a D on your transcript. So whether if it's honors, and the weight is going to help you, but it's still a D, and you don't want to get a D. It's still going to bring your overall GPA down. So that's something that you really have to think about. If you're being pressured to take a honors, personally, I'm not a math person. I never have been. That's like my weakness. Like, math, that's not my strongest. It's not my strongest subject. So I never really was comfortable with taking the extra step. Taking an AP math course or an honors math course. I've never been comfortable with that. And I didn't allow people did try to pressure me into trying to take that extra step, but at the end of the day, it's my transcript, and it's my, future. So if you don't feel comfortable with the subject, and yeah, you can challenge yourself, but if you truly do not feel comfortable with this subject, don't do it. They offer this thing called a webinar. And that's what I mean when I say that Spelman is a very personable school. Not many schools I know that are willing to take the time out to give a webinar. So, I went on ahead, I attended the webinar. If they offer a webinar for you, take it. Take it. Like, if you're invited, do it. I'm not sure, like, if they do it in different circumstances, but take it. Go to the webinar, because they're trying to give you advice on how to get in, and they're trying to give you tips. And also with school is you can also ask questions too. So you know how hard it is when you be calling schools and they never like respond or anything, and sometimes when you email they won't respond, it'll take a couple of days. Webinar is cool because you can ask a question and they're right there. So yeah, definitely do webinar. It does nothing but benefit you, and that's their way of helping you. So you can get insight from who's like making the decision. So yeah, when I did the webinar, it helped me a lot. So definitely do that. Most schools, they do this. It's this website. Yeah, it's this website, and it's called the Common App. And basically, it's a common application. It's a common application, and you can send it to multiple schools. So it really, really, really helps with, the chaos that can kind of come around applying to different schools at once, because it's like they all have these deadlines and whatnot, and it just really, like, it organizes it for you. So not just Spelman, but whatever school you decide you want to do, if they do Common App, because it's not just HBCU, so if they do Common App, take it. Do the Common App. Like, even if you have to do applications outside of the Common App, take that Common App, because the Common App will help you, and it will really, like, save you. So definitely do the Common App, and it's gonna do nothing but benefit you. Alright, so that's all that I have for you guys today. If you do want me to make another video on any other topics or any other questions, including school, just go ahead and comment down below and let me know. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye!